Hello, everybody. Welcome to another commentary and analysis. This particular one is the new 80% Dream Percent world record. Um, Ellie says that, going to come back and be done. Sub 330 realistic, all that good stuff. A well earned let's fucking go. And I just want to react to it and have a grand old time watching it, providing, what I'm thinking about the entire run. Is it in a higher quality? Why are you in 380p? Thank you. I don't know why it said 360p. Alright, so yeah, some good old resetting for seeds. I don't think there's any of these I would have considered worth playing before. If you have the option of like 15 different seeds. I'll look through them again. I would maybe run that one. The closest to water is pretty cool. Looked like there was more of a... Let me go back to it real quick. More of an area up here. But, I mean, you see a ton of islands and stuff, so it looks like it's pretty fragmented in the middle. So, of course, if I had the option just to reset and get another good seed, like probably the next few resets, then I wouldn't run it. I might run that one. Unlike this one, which looks like it's going to be closed off and there's just going to be a lake in the center of the map, this one only has a small pond and maybe a little bit more there. But there's this huge area here that it looks like it's going to have, which is very nice. There isn't much of a forest, but honestly, the open area might be better for it. So I might have actually run this one. But that's just me. And obviously, this seed's really freaking good, and probably the best one out of all the ones that I witnessed. So, of course, Now, gets out the table. Plunge incoming. No plunge. Alright. I still have no clue how or why that works. If we go frame by frame, it's not like 60... It's not 60. Yeah, it's 30 frames per second. So if we if we take a moment here, you see no buttons being pressed. Just presses X one time. No no stamina loss. Okay, alright, cool. Love it. Fantastic. Though immediately after, like, there's a punch after crafting something, maybe? What the... Yeah, there's just a punch there before selecting anything. So, you know what? Evens out, but I'm still confounded by why or how that works. A nice cave. Pretty clean reset. The cave honestly looks really good for, like, probably even zombie spawns, I would argue. Might be alright for that. I like the awareness there. The fact that the bar was about to run out. Or just didn't want to go down the ladder yet. Said, screw it, I'm going to craft the table because that's only 15. And then manages to make it down there fast enough to not expend bar. That's magical. That's awesome. I like that a lot. Doesn't even lose bar after crafting the pick and going up. Like, exceptional work. I'm a little worried that she's going to have to do a ladder here to get rid of the zombie. Nope, hooks it. Hooks it. Nice. Decides to go for all this, like, stone, which is perfectly reasonable. Because there's not really that much on the surface anyway. You're not really missing out on anything by doing it in the cave. That was a little bit questionable, but I bet that's just processing what's going on. I'm not going to really harp on it too much. Gets the last little bit there. Probably could have completely avoided picking up those other two. Yeah, you won't pick that one up. But, it's fine. Now has all the stone, does the Armin, the classic. If you were super bar conscious, probably would have went for the shovel first, but I get not wanting to menu a lot, so the sword is fine. And now the shovel, yeah. So that's probably why. And starts mining a Jamor. I'm a little concerned that she's going to end up mining it. Like, not expecting to mine it. It's going to lose a little bit to that, but it won't be that bad, I don't think. And of course, forfeits a couple of wood, but you could technically not collect 3 wood and still be on pace for perfect wood collection, so even if, like, she misses, like, 7, it's probably still a perfectly fine run. I mean, it's 3%. So I'm not gonna get too aggressive about that. It is approaching a concerning amount, but yeah, it looks like we're fine. There's a ton of sand on the ladder there, which means that she could technically just gun for like 33 right now. Though, ooh, leaves a lot left, huh? Probably a solid 4 sand there that was just not collected at all. I'm wondering if there's still awareness about the sand on surface. I'm sure there is. I trust Ellie for that judgment call. And correct me if I'm wrong, but did she get the other Jamor yet? Like she put a little bit into. Obviously a little off on the bar, so just taking it slow, that's fine. This is the one I believe that she hit a couple times. We'll see if she minds that one. I'm sure she does. But I speak. Excuse me. Conscious of that. There we go. Yeah, we're fine. We're fine. And yes, this is like a couple at a time. You can even see it's just presses. Probably will be just fine, yeah. Seems to be unaware of the sand on the surface, which is interesting. Actually makes the furnace immediately. And gets all the stuff from it. That's crazy. I feel like there's a ton of game awareness here, because a lot of people think, okay, so I just need my stone bench and my wood bench, or just my bench, and then I begin menuing, right? Ellie's like, well, I don't have all the ichor yet, but I might as well just minimize the amount of menuing I do at the end of the run, and then just, you know, make the furnace, make the stuff, because I don't need to make anything from the stone bench anymore, and the furnace's purpose is done. So I can just pick up the workbench after I craft this stuff, so I know it's on the bottom, get the rest of my ichor, and be done. I believe that's what she's doing, which is fascinating. I don't really see many people do that. Oh, also crafts that. Yeah, fair, 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 fair. There is enough to do that, and like that. Whew, that health. My God, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. I loved every second of that. Um, like, I think collected every single piece of ichor. There was like maybe twice where there was lack of awareness. The most glaring being the sand. I'm trying to look here. Yeah, no, all the ichor just fell in the right place. So like there wasn't anything like, oh, she lost time because she went for this one ichor when it wouldn't have mattered. Like, this is stunningly good. I I'm wondering if I could even execute on this level. I mean, like, this is probably... I don't want to say too high of a regard because I'm a little cautious. But in terms of, like, any percent dream percent runs, might be one of the best executed of all time. I mean, obviously it's world record. It's going to be really good. Um, and, like, there's not really that much luck involved other than getting a ton of zombies. Which I don't believe that many times people have been cucked by that. Excluding Armin, because Armin's been cucked so many times that getting Armin luck is a meme. But, no, like, this is art. that is how I describe this run. It is art. And probably peak SI performance if you did not forget about the sand and let, like, 7 of it disappear into the ether. That was a little sus. Probably could have gotten a pretty darn good time if you didn't do that. I might even argue you could have gunned for sub 330 if you didn't leave 7 sand on the table. Like, so massive props to Ellie for getting this run. I'm just pointing out stuff that's a mistake because that's the point of this entire series. But, like, the fact that I could basically only point that out as a mistake, like, there's probably been thousands of SI runs, and I could point out multiple things that went wrong in every single one of them. Like, they went wrong enough to consider it, like, significant time loss. For this one, I just have one, which is crazy. Like, let me go back a second, look at the cave and stuff. Um, I mean, we're talking stuff that I would do, because I feel like a lot of people in this situation might just, like, kill the, or try to kill the zombie and realize they don't have, like, a sword or something, or they'll just panic and go back into ladder. But Ellie has the awareness to hook the zombie, finish the stone, like everything's chill, everything's calm, and then just craft the sword later. That's stuff I would do. I also, I don't think I would have even done this, to be honest. Like, the awareness to get the stone bench, pick both of these, I would have tried to, like, inch my way towards this one, pick it up, and stay on the surface. But Ellie decides not to just put it on the surface, do it, and then go in cave. Decides to just immediately go to the cave, get the pickaxe, mine, not lose any time to EBM. That is nuts. And later, has the awareness that a stone bench in cave is a detriment, so instead of picking it up, just crafts a furnace and then goes to the surface and then just continues the end menuing, or at least part of it. Like, I probably would have just picked it up and then placed it on the surface later, along with this bench or something, and like might have actually just picked this up and then try to kill zombies and then get near the coast and start end menuing. But Ellie has the awareness to not do that. Like, I'm pretty convinced that Ellie has become a better SI runner than I am, and I don't really know how to feel about that. Like, I mean, on the one hand, it's the end of an era, which is pretty weird for all parties involved, I think. Especially, like, big business. But on the other hand, like, if the future of SI is this gorgeous, I will accept it with open arms. If we see gameplay like this in a vanilla run, I'm just gonna say peace out, basically retire, maybe just defend bread percent, because A, that would slightly get on Zar's nerves, and B, it's funny. But, God, this is crazy. If we see stuff like this in tournament, I'm gonna be popping off every single time. That's my guarantee. But, yeah, like, I'll find things to gripe about in this run, just for the sake of it. But, no, it's a crazily well-executed run. Like, I mean, trying to think of certain examples that I could pick apart as kind of bad, kind of sucky-ducky, but, I mean, yeah, the zombie was handled beautifully and all. Again, though, I wouldn't be afraid. Let me get to it. Oh, no, wait. No, I can point out a couple things. For one, it seems like the processing power of Ellie temporarily broke here. You could have literally just mined this one and then picked up 3 stone somewhere and left. But instead you just sort of stood there and then you picked both of them up and then just finished the stone a little bit later. Which is a little odd. I don't think it necessarily sucked that much because you didn't really lose that much. Like, you didn't have that much time loss. It was maybe like at most 10 frames. I'm not going to count it because I'm not a nerd. It was a little odd to see that in this exceptionally well done run. And also, there's not as much menuing as I personally would do. But, I mean, again, like, does that really matter that much? Like, for example, I probably would have gone for the shovel because you can't even see the zombie. Like, you could probably be aware of it being somewhere down here, but you couldn't even see it when menuing. So, honestly, just get some sand, explore the rest of the cave, and then maybe come back and kill him. But, like, I don't know. You could end up forgetting that the zombie's there. You might not want to menu too much. And, like, it's just more menuing, asking for time loss when you're getting a shovel out first and then your sword or whatever. Like, there's reasons you don't have to do that. And it's perfectly understandable. It's just that this is time loss because the bar being full, which kind of sucks. And, I mean, yeah, like, there is a ton of sand that's being shoveled up that doesn't need to. Some of it disappears and stuff. But, like, again, that's probably the only major time loss. And the other stuff is just nitpicks. I could probably talk about this run forever. Because it is beautiful. It's beautiful. I should also count the amount of wood that doesn't get picked up, because I'm curious now. There's 1. 2. If it's 7 or less, I'm not going to be, like, calling it much of a time loss. 3, 4. 5. I'm just curious. Don't Don't consider this me wanting to attack Ellie for leaving wood, because that's weird, but... Hit that one, didn't finish mining it, which is fine. 6, 7? 8, okay. So, like... Oh, frick, I guess it's like 6, isn't it? So, approximately a little over 7 before the final tree. So I had to mine like probably one more tree than anyone else did. But let's keep in mind, that's 3 hits with an axe on a tree, which is like less than a second of time loss. Who honestly cares? And if you went to pick up some of this wood, it probably would have been time loss. Like, I mean, if you wanted to pick those 2 up, don't think that would have been very efficient. But... Hold on. I'm trying to find the first 2 or somewhere like that. Give me a second. Give me a second. Just let me let me watch this over again. I really feel like it's not too weird to ask that you'd be able to pick up those 2 and then go down. I don't think that would have lost time. I'll analyze. I could be wrong. Okay. So I'm gonna mouse the movements. Go up, go down. Yeah, no, there would not have been time loss. So theoretically, didn't have to get rid of those 2, which, because there's 63 at the end of the wood thing, like before the last one, I believe. Yeah, that would have saved a tree having to be mined and could have just gone to the mine, or the cave. But, again, nitpicks. Freaking, if you're the average SI runner, I wouldn't even blame you for not picking up on this stuff, because it's literally just very tiny things. And like, we are all human. This will exist in every single SI run. Mark my words. There will not be a perfectly executed SI run where there are 0 EBM mistakes and there's like 0 items that get, left out and disappear that end up, wasting time. Like that's gonna happen. Just in general, this is beautiful. And I don't want to hate on it too much. I've probably been the kindest to this particular run because I just love watching it. I'll give it one more run for the people. But yeah, that's my overall thoughts on this. This is probably the most scared I have been of a challenger. Like, all due respect to everyone who I've considered a rival before me, like Andrew, Araman, Czar. But like, Andrew sucked at any percent. He was a good boss kill rival, sucked at any percent. I feel like we can admit that, especially considering the time. It was like January 2021. January 2021. I tried to speedrun speaking there. And like with Araman, either luck screwed him over, or like his slightly slower general menuing, like not in menuing, but like menuing for tools and stuff. Slightly slower stuff like that would give me the edge. And in general, I felt like maybe he played out like seeds that were obviously a little bad. Like, yeah, I mean, play seeds to get experience, but I feel like he probably could have picked better over the course of his career. Feel free to be angry at me, Armin, because I'm sure that's not the the most accurate statement in your mind, and I'm sure it's not. But and with Czar, I mean, Czar was really good, or I guess is really good. It's not like he's really retired yet. I'm speaking about Czar and Armin like they're past tense. But Czar obviously had crap tons of potential, but I feel like he never, I think I voice correct, I feel like he never hit this level, right? Like, this amount of awareness of the game and this general sense of mastery. Like, he was obviously exceptionally good at SI, but I don't think he lived and breathed it like it seems like Ellie does, and like I always have. So it's just beautiful seeing this. Like, it really feels like I'm watching myself in another timeline when I view this run. And that's just poetic. So I wish luck to Ellie, and I'm sure if like there's like one or two things she does differently, like sand mining and not leaving behind like so much sand, it's disgusting. I think there was actually 9 that she let disappear. Um, just stuff like that. Then I honestly think it's time for me to hang it up, put away the boxing gloves, because I don't know how I'm supposed to compete with peak Ellie in the future. I'll definitely do my best to improve though, because got a whole tradition, right? But yeah, like I don't know how else I could put it. I really don't know what other words I could find to sing high praises. It'll feel weird with this being a shorter video, I think, than a lot of others, but I just don't have negatives to say. It's only positives. Like, it's also a minute shorter, so, you know, there's less to talk about, obviously, because of that. Um, but yeah, like... Oh, also, hold on. I want to point something out. I don't know if anyone noticed this. Um, shovel under the table. That's totally something you could do. I didn't expect that cameo. That's hilarious. Um, so, yeah. That's pretty funny. Also, I think Ellie was fine not crafting that final glass, now that I look on it. I think, honestly, could have gotten away with not doing that. Yeah, didn't need to. That 13 was not necessary. Probably just in the mindset of you have to craft all your bars and craft all your glass, so just went back and did it. But that was totally unnecessary. You had, like, 3 extra sand somehow? Wait. I don't even know how that would make sense. Am I wrong? I don't think so. Yeah, no, like, how did you get 39? Wait a minute, actually, I'm thinking about it. What the frick? Where did the other 2 come from? I saw the 30, like... Oh, it's the 2 on the ladder. Of course. Okay. You know what? I forgot about it. I'm not going to discredit Ellie then, because wow, that's crazy. Anyway, I'll let it play out the rest of the way. Just, I don't know. I'm just looking at the starry-eyed at this point. Busy staring into its perfect jawline. Even does the, like the factory selection before the, like the Kim table. I noticed that. Nice. So yeah, I like freaking... It's beautiful. I think I'm actually tearing up because I may or may not have allergies, but, or maybe because it's 5 degrees outside. I don't know. But, you know, I'm just gonna say it for the sake of a beautiful line. This brings a tear to my eye. Please, Ellie, do not quit running this game. Please run it for thousands of years and get better every time and become like a robot or a cyborg that's able to play this game to perfection. Because I think if anyone's gonna do it, it's probably gonna be you. Nevertheless, I should stop here. If there's another run that you guys want to see me analyze, which at this point I've opened the gate for any category, please tell me in the comments below. And Zara and Armin, feel free to be mad at me, because even though I called you rivals, I called you not as good as Ellie. Nevertheless, I would say the same to Andrew, but Andrew's dead. So, um, you know, I'll see y'all around another day. I'm sorry I haven't uploaded anything in like what feels like 5 months, but I just have some things to work through personally. If I feel good enough, I'll keep posting, because I like to do that a lot. This brings me joy. I don't believe Ellie would say anything at the end, so I don't feel like there's a need to play it out. But yeah, no. Anyway, see y'all another time, and this is probably the last analysis I'll do before I end up losing world record. That's my bet.